And we are live. Hey, I'm Matt, a live streaming YouTuber, and here we are at a place called The Peak in Hong Kong. Join Travel the World with Matt as I take you on the adventures of a lifetime. Hey, welcome. Okay, so today we're going back to Busan. I went to South Korea at the beginning of August, and we're going to be taking a cable car ride that gives us a really amazing view of Busan. But I want to tell you a little bit more about Busan before we start. So Busan, here's a little picture of it on a map. Let me make that a little bit bigger. Okay, so there's Busan. So that's South Korea, and that little red dot, that's where Busan is located. And then the area just above that is in gray is North Korea. So you've got North Korea at the top, that's connected to mainland China, and then you've got South Korea, and then right at the bottom there, Busan. Now Busan is South Korea's second most populous city after Seoul. It has a population of 3.4 million, and it's like the creative city of, like, if Seoul is like the serious business side, Busan is more of the artistic side, and there's a big focus. Hey Raven. Yeah, there's a big focus on art, and I want, before we jump on the cable car, I just want to show you like I'll give you an example. When I was walking through Busan, they have the Busan Film Festival. They've got a special building that's dedicated to having a film festival every year, and so there's a lot of attention to detail. So I just want to show you a couple of places. It's really just a beautiful. It's on the beach. So this is a view of the city from a place called the Sky X, and you can see it's just beautiful beaches. It's where people come when they want to relax and have a nice holiday. And then they've got this really beautiful it's like a single track little, I don't even know what to call it, like a little train. They have these little capsule trains, really beautiful, and to take them at this time at sunset is what you want to do in Busan, but you do have to book a couple of hours early to experience that. That's an amazing thing to do in Busan. And there's just a huge focus on arts, and of course Seoul, South Korea, and Busan very futuristic. And I think it was that's the floor or the roof, and there were more. This is an art museum. And there's one, let's see if there's one or two more places I want to show you. For me, I'm just amazed by the tech. Just think of South Korea as a very like tech place. That's like in the future, everything that's going to happen is
You're welcome. And by the way, a life jacket is available.
Rubber cruise, yeah.
pleasant and safe journey on board. All the areas on board are designated as non-smoking areas.
Okay, but so that's just to give you a little taste, but I know you've come here to see the cable car, so let's jump on the cable car. But just before we go on the cable car, so the cable car leads you to this island, and you can take a walk on this beautiful skywalk that leads off onto a little island. And if you're taking the cable car in Busan, you're going to want to go to this skywalk. Just beautiful, close by, and really, really cool. We'll be able to see it on our cable car ride. Okay, here we are. Okay, let's begin. Let's look. So we are now leaving Busan. We're going to a little island, and this cable car is called the Busan Air Cruise, and I'll tell you a little bit more as we continue. Let's begin. So we're about to exit the cable car. So Busan, it really is South Korea's economic, cultural, and educational center. And its port is South Korea's busiest. Of course, it's on the water. And it's the 6th busiest port in the world. Look at that, just so beautiful. Such a beautiful green city. So Busan is divided into 15 major administrative districts, and it has a population of about 3.6 million. There you can see the walkway. So if you're taking the cable car in Busan, do the walkway. It's 1,000 won, and just a really beautiful way to see more of the city. Now, Busan also hosts a lot of international conventions, such as the APEC Summit, the 2002 Asian Games, the FIFA World Cup. It's also home to the world's largest department store in Centrum City. I actually went there. They've got a copy of that water feature in Rome, which I temporarily forgot the name of, but they've got a copy of that and more as you come out of the train. It's a crazy place. So Busan is located on the southeastern tip of the Korean peninsula, and located on the coast, and which has really determined the development of the whole city itself. It's about 314 kilometers or 195 miles from Seoul, and Busan borders some low mountains in the north and the west. And then, of course, the seas on the south and the east. Yes, that's the word, the cherry fountain. Yes, so in Busan, at Centrum Station, there's a Centrum department store, and there's like a copy, this amazing, massive copy of the cherry fountain. Amazing mall. There's actually, I recommend if you are in South Korea to go to Centrum. Go to that department store. They've got a Korean spa, which was just amazing. Like, I'd done a lot of walking, and to go into that hot water and just relax and get a massage and all of that, that was an amazing experience. So check that out. Now I want to tell you a little bit about that beach. That beach that you see there is not actually, that's a man-made beach. It's called Songdo Beach. It was man-made, it was created. We'll come back to it now. There you can see now why it's one of the biggest ports in the world. There we go. So that beach is a man-made beach, created in 1913, and the name Songdo means island of pines, which was given to the thick pine forest that covers the island. So where we came from, it was very green. There's pine trees and beautiful, nice, calm water. When I was coming to the cable car, lots and lots of people going to that beach. Let's have a look out of that window. So this is what to think of when you come to Busan. You know, beautiful coastal city. Come and swim, and then go out and explore the nature, and then of course South Korea, very techy, so you're going to be able to experience things. It almost feels like they're from the future. Now, South Korea, Busan, not to be outdone by Seoul, has a new theme park that opened during the pandemic, which I was lucky enough to go to. It's quite small, but they've got a theme park brand. It's a company called Lotte, and so they've got a Lotte World in Seoul theme park, which is, I believe, the biggest indoor theme park in the world, and they've got a new Lotte World that they've just built about 3 years ago here in Busan. It's the other side of the city. It's about 3 hours away. But a really fun place to visit. I love this moment. This is a really postcard moment. People walking across that skywalk. So you can see just a beautiful city. Let's turn around. It feels like we're in the cable car again. Amazing. Those breakers for the water, that's actually a South African invention. Great, okay, so that was our beautiful cable car ride through Busan. Raven asked, could you say a few words about Seoul? Yeah, Seoul is just a massive mega city, and then what I liked about Seoul is that it's got different districts that have different feelings, and so yeah, just to be able to walk, if you like getting like skin products, Seoul's a great place, like, because Koreans really look after their skin, so they've got like the best skin products. And then you've got different areas have different feelings, which I quite liked. And of course, I love Korean food. So I was eating a lot of gimbap, which is almost like a sushi, but they have different things inside. So it's a rice with seaweed with something wrapped inside. And the other thing that I love is gimbap, which is also rice based, but with vegetables, some meat, and egg thrown on top. So really good, nice spicy food. One thing I realized about Koreans is they love garlic. So we always take a garlic and crush it and put it into our food. They will take a bunch of garlic They won't crush it, and they'll put it into their food, and I think they consume like the most garlic per person in the world. Nancy asked, how long were you in South Korea? I was there for about 2 weeks. So I did a live stream, and we went to, I started in this island that everybody in South Korea goes to for holiday. It's called, what is it called? I have to look it up again. Yeah, so there's a little island we went to, and the great thing about the island went live is they've got a volcano that you can walk up to early in the morning, and you get a beautiful sunrise. So that video is on my YouTube. You can experience that. And then they've also got an underground lava cave, and it's a very volcanic Jeju, that's it. Yeah, so I went to Jeju for a couple of days, then I went to Busan, and then I flew from Jeju to Busan, and then I took the high-speed train from Busan to Seoul. Raven says, I get the impression it's not as spiritual or religious as other places in Asia. Yeah, they did have some temples that I didn't get to. There's a beautiful temple in Busan that is actually close to the Lotte World in that area. But it was so hot while I was in South Korea. I didn't get to a lot of the outside places. But yeah, it was amazing place. And there are some great things if you're a tourist that you can take advantage of. And I just want to tell you that next week I'm doing a special video where I talk about how I plan these trips, and I'll be telling you about how some things I learned while traveling South Korea that I found helpful. I want to share. Yeah, so that's what I've got to share today. Next week, we've gone. Okay, yesterday we went to Singapore. Today we went to South Korea. Next week we're going to the most populous city in China, the third most populous city in China. It's here in South China. It's called Guangzhou, and we're going to be walking through the main CBD. It's at night. It's beautiful. It's lit up, and it's only about 10 years old. And I'm really excited to take you there. I went there last week. So that's coming up next week. And Raven asked, could you see yourself living there? Now, if you're asking about South Korea, actually, I have a friend that was there that had been living there for about 6 months. And after comparing it, I always have to compare everything to Hong Kong. And I have to say, Hong Kong wins. But South Korea is a great place to holiday. But yeah, one thing I came back with after going to Singapore, after going to South Korea, after going to the mainland, is that I've got a new appreciation for Hong Kong. So these are all amazing places, but I'm very happy to be in Hong Kong. Do you want to ask me any more questions? Feel free. There's a slight delay, so when I see your question and I answer, it'll take about 30 seconds. But yeah, feel free to ask me anything. I'm going to be experimenting next week with that new type of tour. I'm going to show you how I plan my tours, or the trips that I go on, because I plan them pretty meticulously, but I also leave room for like spontaneous things to happen. So I'm going to show you how I do that, and yeah, I'm excited to share that. Great. So I just want to say thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you the same time next week, and thank you for joining. Keep on exploring, keep on adventuring, and see you next time. Bye.